Hey guys, it is Duke, and welcome back to episode of Tekkit 2. I'm so happy to be back. I hope you guys are as well, and we are standing out front of Duke's shed with something a little bit new, something a little bit different in the back. I have been thinking, and I'm sure you saw in the beginning of today's episode, of putting together a place for our equivalent exchange to / Project E, as it's actually called now. All of the stuff for that, because it just felt like putting it with all of our mechanical, industrial craft 2 and build craft and all that just kind of felt out of place. So I have constructed the beginning of our alchemist tower. It is a little bit bigger than I was expecting, and it takes forever to get up. But it has incentivized me to make sure that I can have flying rings, because right now it takes forever to get up there. So we are 162 blocks up in the air now, and if we look out, we can see Duck Shed down below, and of course the massive forest around. Just ignore the giant hole, it's fine. It's a work in progress build, guys. This is how I function. If you're familiar with Duke at all, then you'll know that historically, I tend to build things in stages, okay? I'll have one thing done, and I'm like, yeah, good enough for now, and then I come back to it later and finish it up. That's kind of what we're doing here, hence the giant hole in the side, but I really just wanted to make sure that we had something functional so we could focus on our Project E stuff. Of course, the first being the transmutation table here. And over here, our energy condenser, surrounded by some collectors, making ourselves some diamonds right now, which is great because we can turn those into dark matter. I know we could just go straight to dark matter, but we're not producing enough power at where we currently are to make that anything functional. Hey, there we go, another diamond. But it just takes too long currently with our current setup. One thing I'd like to focus on is upgrading that, and we can do that by building these antimatter relays, but we need obsidian instead of glowstone, and in doing so we can actually combine a number of collectors onto each other, right? We have 5 collectors on the single condenser block, and that seems like all you could possibly have, right? Because you can't put one in front, or how on earth are you going to access this? Imagine that the cobblestone is a relay. We put one on the side here. We can then take more collectors, which are going to be resembled by the stone brick, and put them around the 5 sides that are available for that. And in doing so, we can take what we had to begin with, and we can absolutely tremendously impact the amount of collectors that are going to a single chest. And in doing so, we can create so much more EMC per second than we have currently. So that is a main goal of mine. I'd like to get at least one of these EMC flowers up and running, because I think that would be an absolute great way to get into our next step, which is not only the dark matter tools here, but also if we upgrade to the arcana ring, I believe this is the one I remember, if we get red matter and all these other rings, we'll be able to fly. I really needed that here. If I just lean through here, you can see how high up we are. I died a few times building this, and I kind of knew I would. But getting to like these little offshoots right now of the main tower that I plan on doing special things with as well, if I get out there, I have no way of successfully getting back without a giant nerd pole or just dying. It's not ideal. It is not ideal, and we need to work on that. So I think over the next couple episodes, we'll be working towards getting the Ring of Flight. And obviously a great way of doing that is with these EMC flowers. So I think, guys, today we're going to focus on expanding this. So I've scoured my base for all the goodies that we could possibly get rid of. And like every normal human being here, I'm just going to deposit anything half valuable that I don't currently need. So diamond pickaxes, goodbye. All this copper, goodbye. We've got a bunch of golden horse armor, which have a fair bit of EMC value to their names. Diamond horse armor, look at that. Big chunk. We got some uranium, lapis, a single diamond, some silver and gold. And would you look at that? That is a beautiful sight. So we'll get 3 for now. And then as many of the tier 1s. I think for now, that's just the best way to do it. Oh no, I just threw them all in here. So, okay. just for the sake of having the EMC flowers. And I did get a good old achievement here for making ourselves a relay, and it says power flowers. So perhaps power flower is the right name, and I'm just going crazy. But let's think, how do we set this up best? I think we're gonna step this away from the wall and one up. So let's put them here. The good old collectors for right now. And start with on the bottom here, and we'll do the sides, I think, as well. We'll line all of the nice Mark II ones visible. That way we can just be happy and feel good about ourselves. And then the spots, they're a little harder to see. Like that. We'll chuck one in right there. On the edge here. Perfect amount. More. Oh, no, I lied. We could definitely use one more of these right now. We put a diamond into the condenser. Alright, that is... Wow! Alright, that is speed right there. Look at that. This thing is working so much better. So I was a little bit wrong. I forgot that when you put these down, they start generating even if they have nothing to condense. So there was just a little bit of EMC stored up. That's why it went extra fast right at the beginning. But nevertheless, that is something we can throw in here and get ourselves ready for the next step. Alright, we're sneaking up on our prey here. Oh? He sees us. We go. Boom, boom. Oh, wow, that was a single bone. What a good dog. Thank you. I guess you're my best friend now. Do you want to be blue? You're blue now. You're like the channel. I didn't even think about that. That just kind of happened. I swear. Don't think anything of it. Hi, new friend. I should call you Clark. Like my real dog. Now I have two Clarks. Kind of scary. He just sits here. And it's adorable. Hi, bud. Oh, he looks at me, even though he's laying down. Okay, so I've had my diamonds going in here for a while with this upgraded power flower. Let's see where we're at. 187. Alright, so if we throw these guys over here, we should be able to get, let's see, one more of those, and let's just get two more right there. So we have one out the back. Okay, let's put that there. That on top like that. Alright, so we just one away? It seems that way, right? We just discard our diamond axe and I suppose, right? Yeah, that looks right. So we're basically one away from a tier 1. Alright, so I've completed our very first power flower here, as they are apparently called in our achievement list, and I feel pretty good. We've got 5 antimatter Mark 1 relays set up to a good old energy condenser Mark 1 in the middle with a bunch of, well, actually a fair variety, to be honest, because, you know, we have the majority Mark 1s here, as you can see by the white versus the black, but there are a couple of the Mark 2s hidden in there, and that's pretty good, because that means soon enough we'll be mass producing these diamonds here, and as a result we'll be able to have a substantial portion of dark matter. We'll be able to upgrade all of them to Mark II, including the relays themselves that we're working up to their full potential there. They do have maximum output rates, which means if we have more than, you know, a handful of the Mark II guys set up, the antimatter relay doesn't pick up on that. So not entirely great. We need to make sure that we have as many Mark II antimatter relays set. That way we're gaining all of the maximum efficiency from our condenser here, and then we'll just condense away into diamonds, into dark matter, into red matter. I plan to hopefully get a ring in the future episodes. We'll be able to fly around and we'll be able to do all sorts of crazy building instead of just, you know, falling to our death continuously. But right on this level, just below that, we have the start of what's going to be the vault, and I think I want to make this a little bit more stringent on what's in here. So like this, for instance, is going to be just like metals, one of each type of resource in the vault. So this whole level here, I hope we can make that fit. We'll have a single type of item transmuted through EMC values. The idea being that if something happens to my transmutation tablet, or say I use the last of something in my storage, that I can come in here, drop it in to the condenser, and just pull out as many of that type of resources I possibly need. I think that'll be a nice improvement. We're getting quite a few pages of random garbage in here. You know, it's not not brilliant. Okay, this is kind of getting clustered, and sure, we can just search up like, hey, I want a block of coal, maybe I want a single piece of coal or alchemical coal. It all works. But I think having a backup down here in case something horrible happens, transmutation table, or just running out of resources in general, that I have one of each here, just as a backup. Alright, so before we wrap up today's episode, I thought, why not have a little bit of fun with explosions? Welcome to Duke's Blast Barrier, and we call it that for pretty valid reasons. So if you see scattered throughout the landscape here, got 1, 2, 3 slight variations of a good time. So on the left we have, of course, a TNT block, followed by a Nova Catalyst and a Nova Cataclysm, and these are upgraded versions of one another using Mobius fuel and the one we don't know how to say. So good old Project E coming in right there, giving us some more fun options to blow things up. I really should have thought about this. How am I gonna light this up from all the way over here? Well, let's see. We can do this one up close, because we know what a TNT block looks like. Oh, I like how the texture kind of went out like that. So that is our friend the TNT block. We have the Nova Cataclysm. Holy shit! Ignore those words. I was not ready for it to blow up so... Oh my gosh, I have so much dirt. Are these like the best ways to go mining now? Did it just immediately throw all that stuff in my inventory? What about the Nova Cataclysm? Got one more. Will I have time to escape this, or do I die? 3, 2, 1. Oh! Okay, that is quite the hole. It did not put my stuff in, but it didn't hurt me either. I think it's a good sign. What on earth did it do with these walls, though? How is there a single line of stone here, and then a single line right here? What? I am so confused how that works. Okay, there's just clumps of stuff everywhere down here. Oh, I see what it's doing. It's clumping up absolutely everything. So all the dirt from that explosion is getting put in a single place. There's no way. Look how much dirt that is. It's endless. Oh, we finally got through it all. I thought it was actually never going to end. Cool. Okay, so far so good. Let's pull her out of here. So, I don't know why I thought these would be super deadly, but I think what that means is put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll space them a little bit more. There we go. Like so. The idea here, rather than going to get redstone, we can just make a line of explosives. If I light this one, we might be able to use our blast barrier here. Alright, let's make sure I have a good view of this, because I might miss most of it. Hold on. Let's build ourselves up a little way. Okay, hopefully this saves us. It should, because the TNT is seemingly the only one that actually hurts us, which is odd. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go! Okay, okay. Whoop! Whoa. Alright. That was glorious. That was awesome. It destroys obsidian, and I didn't get damaged at all. Are these things broken? Hold on. Now I have a question, and I want answers. Do I even need to build a quarry next episode like I was going to? Huh. I just threw some bread on the ground. Nice. This is a big pit. And that wasn't even the nuke. There's a Industrial Craft 2 block that does even more than this, although it kills you, which has happened. But what? I don't know. This is awesome. Look on the map. Wait, look how that's a perfect square. That's crazy. And it like throws stuff out, the splash radius of this. Okay, this looks like we're playing Tekkit now. Once you start destroying the world like this. Now, Typically, I'm fairly environmentally friendly, but this was a lot of fun. I don't know. We'll see if we do it again. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today. I had a blast, and I'm happy you guys tuned in. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, telling me what you'd like to see next, and maybe we can make some more explosions. Maybe we can make some more explosions happen. But thank you so much for watching. This has been Duke. Have a good day. Bye-bye.